Welcome to the New Church Podcast.
Act 1. It should have been me. Isaiah 53:5 says, "But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace. And with his wounds, we are healed." You know, watching these scenes, Jesus betrayed, beaten, flogged, mocked, pierced, nailed, it's horrifying. But it's also easy to see it like a movie, like just sit back, detached, desensitized. It's easy to feel pretty removed from it all, because it was a long time ago. I mean, it happened, but it's history. We feel sorry for Jesus. I mean, you ever had that feeling when something bad happens to someone else, and you're like, that could have been me. That should have been me. Like when you don't slow down in time, and someone else who's driving just as fast, they get pulled over. Or you get caught going 90 and a 65, but the cop lets it go with a warning. Not that I would know anything about those things, of course. Or when a friend actually gets caught for something you got away with. Like someone gets in trouble with a teacher or the boss for saying out loud what you were thinking. When someone else takes the fall and you don't have to. In the movie The Dark Knight, Batman takes the blame for Harvey Dent's crimes so that people can still believe in something, so they can still believe in hope, that there's still good in the world. In The Hunger Games, Katniss takes the place of her sister by volunteering as tribute. In The Lion, the King, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Aslan takes Edmund's place to be executed for his betrayal. And he says, though the law demands his blood, I offer mine in his place. All those are types of Christ. Echoes of what the cross is. Jesus was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace, he took it. Every hit of the hammer, every lash of the whip, every word of mockery and insult. It should have been us. But it wasn't, because he took our place. But he didn't die for an idea. He died for you. And not the version of you that you want people to see, that cleaned up, filtered version of you who got away with it. No. The real you. The one who yells in traffic. The one who thinks the most terrible things about the people you love. Things you would never say out loud. The one who is as guilty as sin and carries so much secret shame along with it. He died for all of us who pretend like we got it all together on the outside. We see Jesus on that cross, and we know, should have been me. Act 2, the final word. John 19:30 says, when Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head and he gave up his spirit. Sin talks a lot. It's got a lot to say. So does shame. And they both love to preach. Their favorite sermon subject? You're not good enough. You're a fraud. And you'll never change. And you know, they've got a lot of material to work with, don't they? Plus the burden of proof, it's on their side. But Jesus interrupts. On the cross, he speaks louder than the voice in your head. Louder than the voice of the enemy. Louder than your own self-doubt. And you know what he's saying? He's saying, stop. Silence. Be still. It is finished. Not I'm finished. Not you're finished. He's not giving up. He's not condemning you. But it is finished. All of it. The debt's paid. The sin is covered. The guilt is gone. That list of things that keep you feeling shame, silenced. The cross is not a guilt trip. It's a declaration. He took care of everything for you. And it was his idea. He wanted to do it for you. Jesus, he didn't die to make you feel guilty. Jesus did not die to make you try harder. The Christian life is not a life of obligation. It's a life of freedom. He died to set you free. Jesus didn't suffer so that you'd feel bad about it. He did it to make you good, to cancel the record of debt and sin that stood against you. That's what his blood on the cross, that's what it's saying to you. It's silencing your sin. Like blowing out a candle. Like waking up from a nightmare and realizing it was just a dream, even though it wasn't a dream. Like flash paper, poof. Touched by the flame and it's gone. That's what grace does. That's what love does. The cross of Jesus finishes what we would have left undone and what would have undone us. Act 3. The nails tell the story. Galatians 2:20 says, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And now the life I live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Nails. Nails are small, little bits of metal. But on the cross, they held the weight of the world. And we could blame the Roman soldiers for driving them into his hands and feet. We could blame the Jewish leaders who called for the crucifixion, demanded that it happened. I mean, again, we could try and remove ourselves from what happened that day. But we don't want to do that because we need to consider that it was our hands that also hammered in those nails. It was our sin. If it was for us, then it was also because of us. But when Paul says, I've been crucified with Christ, he doesn't mean so you should feel really guilty about what happened to Jesus. He means we died too. The old me, the pride, the fear, the hidden sin, the crushing weight of trying to perform and prove myself, nailed. If it was for us, it was also us. The nails don't just tell Jesus' story, because they tell my story and your story. Because if you belong to Christ, if you're connected to him in baptism and faith, then you died with him. You were crucified with him. And the life you live now, it's a resurrection life, a gift of new life, a grace-filled, nail-pierced, blood-bought life. You died with Christ so you can live by faith in the Son of God who loved you and gave himself for you. Act 4, the empty place where my name was. Colossians 2:13 says, "And you, who were dead in your trespasses, God made alive together with him, having forgiven us all our trespasses by canceling the record of debt that stood against us with its legal demands. This he set aside, nailing it to the cross." In just a few minutes, I'm going to ask you to write your name on a piece of paper. And it's just your name, written in Sharpie. But see, tonight, it stands for more. Because it represents all the sad, shameful things that you've done. All the guilt and shame you carry. Every regret, every thought, every word, every sin, all of it. You'll write your name, and then you'll take a hammer, and you'll drive it into the wood of this cross. Because that's what happened that day. He took your name, your sin, your story, and it was nailed with him to the cross. And then, and here's the gospel, he made the old you and your entire criminal record, he made that disappear, consumed, gone. Your sin canceled. The debt paid. But the nail stays. The cross still bears the scar because Jesus still bears the scar. He'll always carry the marks of his love for us. So when you walk away tonight, there's going to be a nail driven into the place where your name, representing all your sin, used to be. We all started under the weight of our old name. But we leave with the promise of a new name. Jesus took your old sin-stained life to the grave. And when he rises, he gives you a new one with no record of who you used to be. Nothing is held against you. And he writes your new name in the Lamb's Book of Life, where nothing will ever be able to remove it. So tonight, it's not just about sorrow. It's about surrender. It's not just about remembering and feeling sad about his death. It's about dying with him so we can rise with him. You've been crucified with Christ, and it's no longer you who live, but Christ who lives in you. With the promise of a new life connected to Jesus, filled with hope. A little later, we'll gather around the cross in another way. We'll eat the bread, we'll drink the wine, his body, his blood, given and shared for you, for the forgiveness of sins. We'll do this in remembrance, but it's not just a memory. It's not just a ritual. It's real, tangible grace. Actual forgiveness. What Jesus began by laying his life down, he continues tonight, feeding you, restoring you, and claiming you as his own. Is there something you're carrying around in your heart? Some secret shame that no one knows about? You've never really talked about it with anyone. No one knows about it but you. But it's something that makes you feel like a fraud. Something that keeps you from letting go of that old self who keeps trying to drag you down and hold you back. Well, tonight is a beautiful picture of letting go of all that. See your Savior and what he did for you. You are connected to him. You died and you rose with him. Listen to his word and believe his word. It is finished.
For more information, go to newchurch.love or email frank@frankhart.com.
If these online resources have been meaningful to you, please consider going to newchurch.love/give and show your support by helping make this ministry possible. Thank you.